conversational shaving again. How are you? I've already prepped my face this time with Barbus shaving oil, and I'm using Barbus products again this week as I did a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, but it's a little bit different this time. I'll get into that in just a moment. But first of all, my razor is going to be this two-piece Hoffritz Slant razor. It's an old, it's a used razor, but that's it right there. Fairly aggressive razor, I found it to be, so I'm going to have to be careful. And let's see, my blade in there on its second use will be an Astra green blade, the Superior Platinum double-edged blade. And my brush is going to be this KC Shave Company silvertip badger brush, which I've already sort of lathered there. My soap this time is going to be the Barbus Classic. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was, I used Barbus Active. This is going to be good old Barbus Classic with a pleasant, kind of a soapy smell, but a smell that's soapy but unique to Barbus Classic. So I've got a little bit of warm water in the basin here. I'm going to just dip the tips of the brush there, and I'm going to commence to try to lather my face. I hope you're all doing well out there. Let me get just a little bit more water on there, and here we go. Whoa. Nice creamy lather, hopefully not too pasty. Trying to find that sweet spot, that right balance between creamy and between, you know, a good lather and one that's too thin. I want it creamy but not pasty, and I don't want it too watery. But pretty good so far. I'll go ahead and put that down. Drained a little bit of water I got in the basin there, and I'll wet the razor. We'll start pass number one with the grain, and I've got to remember to use a lighter touch. That's one of my really bad habits you would think that I would have gotten over by now. Applying being too heavy-handed with the razors, considering that I am no longer, or at least very rarely, using cartridge or disposable razors. And this is a heavy razor anyway. Excuse me. Very early Saturday morning as I record this. I'm kind of going over the same spots over and over here, but I am doing it more, well, with a lighter touch, more lightly. I really don't want the experience I had the first time I used this razor, which was about 4 days ago. I've got about 2 days worth of growth here. Okay, I'll go ahead and rinse the razor now. So about 4 days ago, I think it was, I had a very bloody shave with this razor. Go ahead and go up above the upper lip here. Okay, I'll rinse again. Okay. Yep, using a much lighter touch this time. I believe the first time I used this razor a few days ago, I believe I was already bleeding rather profusely by now. Okay, that pass is done. No problem so far. I'll be right back and then we'll do the second pass across the grain. Okay, we'll go across the grain now. Go over here now. I'll go ahead and rinse this. Well, let's see here. I was going to try something here if I can, let's see. Trying to find the balance point on the razor here. I'm not too good at doing that, but there it is, right about there. It's a little bit head heavy is what I'm trying to say, but there's your balance point right about there. Okay, I'll go up above here. Trying to be thorough but not too heavy-handed at the same time. This shave is all about finding the right balances, apparently. So if I'm less conversive or less conversational, as the case may be, it's because I'm trying to pay attention very much so to what I'm doing here. Because for me anyway, this is definitely one of those razors that I have to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing. I mean, with this kind of shaving, one always has to pay attention to what one is doing, but it seems especially so with me and this razor. It's only the second use on this razor. And second use on this particular Astra green blade, although I have used Astra green blades before. Okay, flip over to the other side here. Now I have another all-metal slant razor, which is the Merkur 37C, but the razor, that razor doesn't seem as heavy, or at the very least, it doesn't seem as aggressive. So I can be a little more heavy-handed with that and not have to worry about bleeding to death, I guess. I'll be right back, and then we'll go against the grain. Okay, we'll go against the grain now, and I'll start on my neck. Okay. Okay, rinse time. Okay. Over to the other side here. Yeah, the silence is deafening, except for maybe a little audio feedback from the razor going over the stubble. But like I said, I am trying to pay a little bit more attention to what I'm doing. After all, it's possible to cut oneself or get weepers or whatever, even with a disposable razor or a cartridge, if one is not paying attention at all to what one is doing. Okay. I think I do have a tiny little weeper over here. I think I might have had one there too. Excuse me. Yeah, weepers are opening up here. Not too bad. Okay, I'll flip the razor over again. I'm going to be real careful above the upper lip going against the grain. An old German razor, I believe this is, Hoffritz, Hoffritz, I believe is how it's spelled. And pronounced Hoffritz or Hoffritz. The first and so far the only Hoffritz razor I've ever owned. And I do have a little bit of blood there. Not too bad, but, well, anyway, I'll be right back and then it'll be pickup time, everybody. Well, Mr. Clock here, the crazy magical clock, invites you all to join me for pickup time, everybody. All that's missing is the cat. Where'd the cat go? I think the cat's waiting patiently outside the door. Thanks, clock. Okay, here I go. Trying to do this very gingerly. While at the same time trying to get any remaining stubble there might be. I think that's about it. I'm going to rinse the razor, rinse the brush, rinse my face. I'll be back with our good friend, Mr. Towel. Here he is, Mr. Towel. Oh, yeah. Only place I heard some feedback from the towel was right in there. Wonder if I should, I don't always do this. This may be gilding the lily, but okay. Let's see. I think that's about it. I'll put Mr. Towel back on the rack here, and yeah, I forgot to turn the heat off, or down. The heat's been coming on. It's probably hard enough to hear me without the heat on. Anyway. Let me rinse that razor one more time. Well, I'm going to do a brief recap, and I'll put the finishing touches on the shave. The door is partly open if the cat wants to come in, but I guess he's still out there. Anyway, my razor's been this, it's a two-piece slant razor, a Hoffritz from Germany, and in there, on its second use, Astra green blade. It's the Superior Platinum. And let's see here, my brush has been this KC Shave Company silvertip badger brush. Did I mention? No, I didn't. Before I got on camera, I prepped my face with Barbus shaving oil, and my soap has been Barbus Classic soap, which I very much like, and I actually do recommend this. I don't really go out of my way to recommend or not recommend a lot of things, but I really like this stuff. And let's see, am I missing anything here? Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. So if not, I'm going to reach for some of the TN Dickinson's Witch Hazel and apply some of that. Could be some sting because I pretty much got a BBS shave here, very close. And this stuff is, I believe it's 14% alcohol by volume, making it a mild astringent. That's not too bad. Seems like it kind of wakes my face up a little bit. My face and my neck. Just trying not to get it actually in the eyes, just on the eyelids and around in that area. Okay, that is the TN Dickinson's Witch Hazel. You can actually buy that at big box stores like Walmart. Okay, next, it's another Barbus product, but it's new to me and new to the channel, but it's been around a while. I don't believe there's a soap that goes with it exactly, but it's the Barbus Prestige Aftershave. I got some of that recently. I already had the oil and the soap. I did not have this stuff. And see, I think about the only thing I can say bad about this is the bottle does not have a very tight restrictor, a very narrow restrictor, so you do have to be careful as you're applying it so that you don't dump it all over. Other than that, I think I put some of this on the other day, and it was very nice. It's got a different scent, more of a, well, more of kind of a, oh, I don't know, maybe like a sweet woody or leathery. It's more along those lines anyway than the scent of the regular soap or even of the Barbus Active variety of soap. There's Barbus Classic, and Barbus Active soap. I was using the Classic, and I don't even know if, I did show you that earlier, didn't I? I know I did at the beginning, but that's the soap. But here's the Aftershave Lotion I was using, the Barbus Prestige. Okay, I can't always remember what I've done and not done, or what I've shown you and not shown you. Finally, I'm going to finish up with, it's a Barbus Active product, but it's their 2-in-1 Balm and Moisturizer, which I have not had before and never used before. So, yeah. I'll put a little bit of it here. There's that again, by the way. And you got a little bit there. That might be more than enough. Yeah. Yeah, predictably that smells more like the Barbus Active soap and Aftershave, both of which I also have, but none of these products clash really, probably because they're all Barbus products. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's pretty nice. No complaints. But I'm running out of time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this shave. I hope you'll come back next week. And peace to all of you, and we'll see you then, I hope.